Good morning, everyone. Yesterday we talked about multiple things. Where are others? So we have to complete few things. Our code part. Where are others today? Others are not showing here. Join quickly. Hey, Prachi, good morning. Prachi, ask other to join quickly. They are waiting. Hey, Chief, good morning. So we mostly covered the plugin basic things so that we can even we are good to even start working on our plugin code, like how to retrieve data with the help of different types of functions. It could be retrieve single, retrieve multiples, and even we are good to even create or perform card operation. So if we are able to write our code in our console based application, so we can quickly convert our code into the plugin side. Hey Pratik, morning. Can you ask other to join? Very Lokendra, Lokendra, Jaya, and others. Hope you are able to debug the code which we discussed so far, or are you facing any issue? Just type here who tried to debug the code. Have you tried that debugging part with the help of plugin registration tool, or you are still waiting? Hey, good morning. Can someone confirm, like, if you tried and if you are able to achieve that debugging part, or you are facing any issue? Yes or no? I need that information. Either you tried, yes or no. Hey, Vikas, good morning. I'm not getting response. It means I will treat this silence as no. Yes means you tried that part, Mohit. So today we will try to get some input parameters from our secure and unsecure config file, and then we'll check how to read that data. Hey Ashwani, good morning. Have you tried that part? Can someone confirm, or no one tried? What happened? You are not getting time. If you are able to achieve this requirement, this plugin part, then you almost covered your 50 or 60% in your interview part. So you mostly, watch your, that Chak De India movie, and where you have seen, or you have, heard one dialogue like, ये 70 मिनट आपके हैं, whatever you can do, you can perform. So based on your interview time, it totally depends how much you can get from your interviewer. If you are doing good, then you may get very good option. Hey, good morning. And but if you are treating this session as similar session to other, like there are many recorded sessions in YouTube, there is no benefit. If you are not able to achieve any new things, I know when you are watching, you can understand, hey, I'm thinking like I am becoming a perfect or a expert in plugin part. But even if you are try to develop something, debugging something, you may face multiple issues. So basic thing is, you have to deal with all the issues whatever you are facing. I cannot tell every issue with this 1 hour or 2 hour session. So that's why you are the one that you may face different types of issues, different types of scenario. If even you don't know in which particular scenario I need to achieve, so now in a day we have different AI. You can ask different scenario, plugin scenario, simple scenario, complex scenario, even for specific stage also. Pre-validation stage also you can get. It is not like, hey, no one is, giving me different types of scenario here. Even I can help you how to identify or how to get all those scenario here. Let me share. Lokendra joined this session or not? He is busy. So let me open the solution. Suppose if you want to, perform some action, so give real time scenarios for plugins, Preoperation, which I can implement in plugins code without pre and post operation. I will see, I will tell you today what is the pre image and post image also. So this is very important part that you will understand when we have to use pre image and post image. So scenario prevent invalid or inconsistent data before it's saved, auto populating field. So you can get different types of even here issues or query. Why that much? So this is the, what is the maximum limit here? Qualification ensure required. So suppose this is the one option you have here. Similarly, other example, this is the scenario here. Let me type into two line here. So likewise, you can get different types of here validations which you can achieve here. So likewise, you can achieve. So now we will try to understand what is here pre-image and post-image and when it comes into the picture. Okay, so let me tell you the detailed definition of this one. Pre-images and post-images in plugins, and what is the use of these. Okay, so just I will give you and even how to add those pre-image and post images. What is pre-images here? Suppose I want to check something, uh, so even I will open one Excel file so that you can understand. Try to understand this scenario so that you can understand easily. So there is a lead record. In a lead record you have first name, last name, email id, and mobile number or phone number, whatever, and even location or address. So if we want to achieve some of the information, so suppose you want to update a customer email id. So email id, old email id is this one and new email id is this one. Suppose this one record is already there. Suppose I have a old at the rate gmail.com, and maybe suppose this is the one. I want to update this value here, and I'm going to, suppose I just open this particular form where I can see all those information, but I want to change this value to in the form level. In the form level means here in lead form. So suppose this form is loaded here, and now I want to change some information here in this particular form. So what will happen? It is loading as of now. So I have, suppose I have old at the rate gmail.com, and I have saved it. So I have saved this particular email id. Now I want to change some value in this particular lead level. So what will happen? Suppose I want to change this old to new, right? So I want to check what is the previous value here. So how to get that value actually? If there might be some scenario where I need to calculate some information or I want to check something, so sometimes I need to validate or I need to retrieve my previous or old value. Suppose what will happen if I'm going to maintain a inventory. If you know inventory, what is the inventory here? So we want to check the stock. So suppose there is a item here in the warehouse. There is a suppose pump that 2025. There is a model pump 2025, and the available stock here is 500. Now there is new inventory comes, and in new inventory there are some record are creating in the new inventory. So new inventory. So the code pump here is pump 2025, 20 records or coming here in this particular place. So what happened? I need to maintain this particular record. I need to check the previous value here, and suppose I need to manage some information which I need to calculate here before updating or before doing any operation. So maybe suppose if I'm planning to perform some logic here, so that I need to check the previous value here. Similarly, like here I'm going to add some value here in this particular one. So if I want to retrieve my previous value here to perform this particular logic, so I have a option. I can retrieve that information, like what is the pre-image value for this one, and post image is nothing like the whatever the current value I'm going to retrieve or I want to save here, that will contain this new underscore mail.com. So post image here is new dot this one, and pre image here is this particular one. Okay, now how to retrieve those information? Let's check that value. So that we can perform in the update event in pre image. Is there any possibility can be perform or can we get pre image in a create event? Is there any possibility? No. Why? Because pre-image is nothing like whatever the previous value is here. If I am going to create a new record, so because record is not created, so what could be the pre-value here? So let's get that information like pre-operation, pre-image, post-operation, when each is available, pre-image, pre-operation. So in that pre-operation, pre-image is available, post image is not available because this is in pre-operation stage. So what happens? Suppose and in post-operation both are available. So in pre-image, I will tell you. So this is slightly tricky information which I'm going to inform you. So just try to explain, just try to understand this scenario. Suppose we want to read the previous value here. Pre-validation means here pre-operation means that operation is still not done because we still want to achieve something we are checking in pre-operation. It means that record is still not saved. means the operation is still not performed or that status is not performed. So it means pre-operation means before doing the card operation, we are performing or we are checking or we are doing something. So we have three stage here. Core stage we are ignoring because we cannot do anything in the core stage. Core stage pre validation, in the sense even there are some stage where we are not doing or we are not checking anything related to our database operation. So that level of option we can do in the pre-validation. Pre-operation, in the sense, pre-operation means still we have not performed the real action in the database. Before doing anything, we are checking or we need to perform anything we have to do in the pre-operation stage. Post-operation means we have done everything. After doing card operation, what remaining part we have to do, that stage we are doing in the post operation. So suppose in pre operation, so we can get the pre image. In pre operation, can we get the pre image? If we are doing update activity, great, we don't have pre-image. So in update message, just check that one. Update message, in update message pre-operation, so here can we get pre-image, post-image? So that is a interview question that you have to understand. Pre-image, pre-operation. Pre-image can we get? Yes. Why? Because we have to check this old value. We are trying to, update this particular value, but post operation, post image, we cannot get that information because that operation is not happen. Post image, what will be the next value? So this is the current value that we are getting here. So post image is not available in pre operation, so no. But in post operation, try to understand those complexity here. So post operation, what we are doing here in post operation, pre image is already available. Yes, because already old email we are getting. And but post image, can we get that one? Yes, we can get that one because we already performed that option. We are getting information in the post image operation, so we can get that one. Okay, so let's try to register our plugin in a update operation so that we can check. Okay, so in post operation, let's write our code in pre operation and post operation, and then we will retrieve some pre image and post image. Then we'll check what we will get in those items. So pre image means the previous value we try to retrieve. So if we need to retrieve some information, we have to register some information. So let's write our plugin code here. Pre-image and post-image is a very complex scenario. Sometimes most of the interviewer they are asking, "Hey, can we get pre-image?" And even that information I will share, like in which particular stage can we register pre-image or post-image. Uh, uh, Message wise, message wise pre and post image, pre and post operation along with pre image and post image before security check, before security check, pre-operation, post-operation. Okay, so timing before operation, after post image, after operation, comparison, DB after pre-image, diagram of plugin, real, create update message. So let's discuss this part. DB says pre-operations here, modify target, transaction inside pre-image, pre-operation is available, post-image, and pre-operation. Even I don't want this information. Add, create, update, and delete. Above. I will prepare a sheet and I will share with you, like in which particular stage we have to share this one. Record exist pre-operation, post-operation. Here, modify target, yes. Post-operation, pre-image, no. Pre-image, no. Create summary, right. So here, now, this is the right information that I'm looking for. See, if you have registered a this is very informative details here for everyone. Even if you are a junior resource, if you are a senior resource, even if you are a very senior resource, this information is very, realistic information, so that even most of the candidate you don't have much detail here. So suppose in create summary, if you want to register your plugin in pre-operation for create message, you cannot register your plugin in pre-operation stage here if it is a create request. In post-operation you can perform if that record is already exist. Modified target, here you can perform your pre-operation, and post operation is not possible here. Pre image you cannot get, but post image, I pre image in post operation you cannot get in pre image, because this is create request. And even the post image, in the post image, if you want to retrieve some message, you need to perform some action. In the create message you cannot, get pre post image in pre operation, and but you can get post image in post operation, because after creating the record you can get the post image information. So this is the information that you have to understand. In post operation either record exists or not. In modified target, in pre-operation you can get that information if you are modifying your target here. Okay, update message, what you have here, post operation. So here if you are doing update operation. If record exists, you can register your plugin in pre-operation and even the post-operation. Either you are modifying your target here, so pre-operation you can register, but post-operation you cannot register here. Pre-operation modify target, no post-operation. Let's check that part. So here in the pre-image, you can register your plugin in pre-operation or your post-operation, but in update event post image you cannot register in pre-operation, those post image. And you can register or you can get post image in your post operation. This is also surprise for me as well. I have not checked this one. In post image, if you are registering a plugin in post message, why you cannot get pre image in your post pre operation? Pre operation post image, yeah, got it. So here even you have not update anything. So if you try to register your logic in your pre-operation, so you cannot get post image because that operation is not performed yet. That's why you cannot get post image component in pre-operation. So this is something complex here. But you have to understand how we are going to understand this part. So let's try to do a practical example here. Suppose I'm going to create a new class file here. Likewise, if you know many things, you can take help here. CS file lead on create and update. On create update operations. So let's try to add let's try to add this. Now we are trying to create a new class file here, public, right? And here it is I plugin. Here I plugin, if I have defined, I have to write a, okay, let's write those code as well. This is the base code that we have to write from another one. So this is the namespace, the public specifier we have changed, and this particular namespace we have added here. So now our new plugin code is ready. Now we have to write our proper code, business logic here. So on create event, we have to check. We have to register this one in pre-operation stage. So let's try to use this create event, and which one create event is create, and we'll try to register in pre-operation, right? So let's try to register that one, then we'll say what we are getting the details here. So let's use another. I'm not writing here the complete code because we are checking those particular scenario here. Write lead sample code for create operation and do validation on pre op operation. First name, last name, mobile phone, mobile field validation. So okay, stage here is this one. Okay, this is the validation that we are writing. We are trying to add here. So here, what we have written, the message here we are trying to register in create event. Okay, we already added to lower. That's why we are adding here create. Otherwise, we have to write in this manner, right? Try to understand this code. Target here is target entity here is lead input parameter. That's why we are checking if it is a lead. So then we are checking those one as first name, last name, and mobile number. What we are checking here in the stage here is 20. 20 here is which stage here is 20 pre operation. So stage pre operation first name is required. Its first name length is 2 and last name validation is required and similar to other also, and even the regular expression also we are checking here. Let's try to register this particular code. Okay, let's build it. Likewise, we are writing our plugin. Earlier what happened, if there is a plugin development part we have to do, we are taking 8 hours. Either it is a small plugin or a medium level is plugins. So this is the plugin here. Because this particular plugin we have added a new plugins code, we are checking this one, we are adding, we are selecting, updated. Okay, are you with me? So here now this is our old plugin and this is our new code here on create and update, right? So in which particular stage we have to register a new step here, register a new step, register a new step. In which stage we need to update? Create. Here we have this one as create is C is capital, that's why we need to check. And entity here is lead, lead entity create event, and nothing else we are checking here, attribute. And here we have added this particular code in 20 stage. So 20 stage is pre-operation, 10 is pre-validation, 20 is pre-operation, and then 40 is post-operation, 30 is core operation, right? Now let's see if we can register that one in pre-operation. We can we add this plugin as async? Let's register this one at synchronous mode. Filtering attribute, what to do here? Filtering attribute, it is showing all, uncheck, none here. Okay, let's try to register at least one field. It is showing, so first one, first name. Okay, let's try to select only one field here and then we'll see. Can we register it with synchronous mode? Yes. What happened? If we try to use a synchronous mode here, we can do that one. But if we try to asynchronous mode, so some of the interviewer they may ask, suppose let's try to update it. Asynchronous execution mode require registration in one of the post stage. What it mean? Either if you are going to register this one in post operation, then it is allow you to map this one. So they may ask you, is there any, this is a one very commonly asked question, is there any possibility you can register your plugin in create event and you selected your plugin execution pipeline and pre operation, and if you are going to register that one in asynchronous mode, is there any possibility you can do? Yes or no? Why no? Asynchronous mode is like, you have seen synchronous. Let me tell you, synchronous or async. Synchronous means a sequential execution. Sequential means suppose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if here it will execute first, then execute second, third, fourth, and fifth. Your execution will go into this manner: first in, first out. It is not like sequential manner. Async means you have seen, toll tag, toll tag in fast tag sequencing. So maybe if you have request, one request, two request, three request, maybe again then four request, five request, six request. So maybe your request may be execute which particular one, you don't know. First one is executing, second one is executing, third one is executing, you don't know which particular one. So if multitasking is allowing in that one, it means you are allowing to execute your request in this sequence or in this particular sequence. If your execution order there is no dependency to execute it, you can execute it in asynchronous manner. If there is a dependency, like first one, first you have to execute, second then you have to execute, third you have to execute, fourth then, because if you have something there is a dependency, like first you have to complete first, then only you can start second. I will give you one real time scenario, like there is a building you have to construct. So if construction is going on, it is not like you can allocate your painter. So you align something like, hey, can you paint my home? So they can ask, hey, where is your home? My home is not constructed yet. So what is going on? So first stage is going on. What is going on in first stage? That groundwork is going on. So then you cannot execute this fifth stage. Fifth stage is like last stage. Last stage means this is, we can say, the painting and the renovation and whatever the final touch we have. But if you have something, you can start some work in parallel mode. So you can divide your code or your work in such a manner. If you don't have any dependency of this particular task, you can tell like, hey, you can even execute, you can start your work in parallel mode, so that we can increase the performance. So this is the synchronous mode. So why it is not allowing us to execute this one in pre-operation in asynchronous mode? Because if pre-operation, if you need to perform something in pre-operation, like you need to check something like, hey, I need to check if mobile number is valid or not valid, if email ID is not perfect, mobile number, that first name is less than two character. So that level of work, if you have that one and you are saying, hey, you can execute in asynchronous mode, so it means there is no dependency. Even your record is creating, and then there are some another job, they are checking, hey, mobile number is not valid, and why you have created. And in first stage that record is created, and then in second stage and second operation they are checking, hey, that mobile number is not valid, then how you have created. So in this particular operation, that validation, you have to write your logic in sequential manner, like first one execute, then second one execute, then third one execute, then fourth one, and then fifth one stage. So you cannot register your pre-operation in a asynchronous mode. It should be synchronous mode manner. Got it? Or you want me to explain it in better way? Right. You got it? You are with me, or am creating some confusion for you guys? At this stage, I'm having more than very rich experience in plugin, but some of the stage, some of the operation even I have not tried. So it's very important, even you guys, you need to understand at this stage, in initial stage only, if you have clear understanding related to those points, you can beat like anything. So now we are registering our stage here in the synchronous mode. Okay, in pre-operation. Now you have registered your information here in pre-operation stage, but now what we are trying to check here, we try to check here in pre-operation, is there any possibility can we add our pre-image. So if we want to get pre-image data, let's modify this code also so that we can check pre-image and post-image. So here, after this code, let's try to copy this part and then try to register our code. So target, what we are checking here, target, where is target? Target, instead of entity, we are choosing here as a target. Where is target? Here we have a target. Now try to get those information here, pre-image and post-image. Okay, let's create an update. We have two message here. We are going to register this plugin code in pre-stage event, but try to get this one in pre-image and post-image. Let's try to build this code. So let me try to explain it here. We have added create image and post image, that update event here in the same code. And now try to get the pre-image and post image. So I will tell you here how we are getting pre-image and post-image. Let me just register this one and then I will try to explain you. Okay, so here we have already added here create event. Let me try to add one more step here. Step, we registered with create event. Now we will try to register this one in update event, because with the same code we have added here lead. Okay, so even pre, because 20 we have added here, same we are adding here update event. So we can add here is a asynchronous mode also, or not. Pre operation we are adding here. Either it is a update or create, you cannot allow. Filtering attribute, you have to select at least first. We'll check. Let me add only one field here. Okay, so here we have added two pre-image, sorry, create event and update event. Now we have to check here pre-image and post-image. What is pre-image here? Let me try to get that pre-image in create event and post event. Okay, here let me try to register a new image. New image, this is the alias name here. Name, name, even pre-image and post-image, we can create a image here. Image means now how many field we are retrieving. Like first name we are checking. First name, last name, and we have mobile number, mobile phone. So here we are retrieving three field information, pre-image and post-image. And now let's check how we are utilizing. Unable to register pre-image, error please. Okay. Create does not support image type. You understand this message? Create does not support this image type. So which image type it is not supporting? Create, pre-image and post-image it is not supporting. Now you got this message. You cannot register your plugin code, and you cannot get pre-image and post-image in pre-operation, especially this stage. Now got it? Clear? Correct, correct. The code part maybe you can get better understanding, but we are saving time here. I can even write that code, but why? What is the purpose here to write that code? So now you are, have you clear related to this point? Why I'm not able to create this one? Okay, let's try to cancel this one and try to register our step here as a post operation. We'll see. post operation. Okay, and even this create also we have written code level some validation. We have registered our plugin code in post operation. It will not work. Why? Because we have added this stage here is 20. We have to not equal to 20. Okay, so it will work. So let's try to add here image. Okay, which image? Pre image and post image. Let's try to filter out FIRST first. Let me register only one field here. So what is the error here? In create event, create does not support image type. So let me show you where it is. Create does not support here in pre-image. Even post image also in pre-operation it will not. Okay, so let's try to register in update operation. Okay, pre-image. So you can add our pre-image in post operation, right? If it is a post operation, if suppose you try to change it in post operation, pre-operation here. So if you have only pre-image selected here, if you try to register here post image as well, so unable to register due to error. Pre-event step registration does not support post image. So those types of information you should have, and you try to get all those information here. So if you want to track all those information here, like what is the value here, pre-image, so first name, last name, and even if you want to trace something, so even these are the tracing image, pre-image, tracing service dot trace, and you can check here. This is the target pre-image information. Pre-image, first name, pre image, images. So likewise you can check multiple things here. So last name, mobile number, and you can check that those tracing part, and you can register here, you can rebuild it, and you can upload it. So likewise you can do the different level of updation part in the plugins. Either it is a existing plugin or it is a new plugin. Now you have all the options like how to retrieve, and even we have we are out of time, so maybe you can do further debugging like we already done. But this is your time, this is your space, that you can do multiple things, multiple validations here. It is not like I have to do everything. So it's better you need to spend some more time and you have to utilize this time. Okay, hope it's clear for everyone. Where is money today? I'm not able to see money. It's clear to everyone. Yogendra ji, if you have some time, you can utilize this recorded session. Let's wrap up this session now. We'll connect maybe tomorrow. P users belongs to one BU. I'm okay. That's great. That's great. This is very good session for everyone. Okay. This is very important information that you have to even share with your team members. If someone getting confused related to your this stage, those stage, maybe this is open this URLs. Which URL? I'm not getting any URL. I'm not able to see. Here we can check the rating also. 125 XP, 75 XP, 50 XP rating. Oh, thank you, Yogendra ji. Thank you so much for your well wishing. Message encrypt to URLs. I didn't get here which message encrypted the URLs. Thank you. Nadeem, I'm not able to understand which open this URL. Which URL actually? Are you sharing some channel activity report? You know, I am not sure what which URL activity you are telling Nadeem. Send me that URL again. Which URL you are asking? Let me know if you have anything. Otherwise, just let me know. Okay. Here we have those rating also. What a YouTube did. Okay, let's close this session. If you have something you can add into this particular recorded session, that comments section, and then maybe we can discuss. Okay, okay. I will check. I will check with him. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.